Hello and welcome to episode 152. Wow, that's a lot of the Veeam Community Recap. Madalena, we're in normal circumstances once again. I'm kind of getting used to this, but not. Oh, next week I think I will be too. How are you doing today?
Hello, Rick. Hello, community. Yes, we are in normal circumstances, second week in a row. That's good. Crazy because,
Yeah.
like you travel a lot. I haven't lately that much, except Columbus, but that was a long trip. And yeah, you remember last week I actually mentioned that I was missing the sun and I was in my salty vibes and all that. Today we have 20 Celsius in here, sun,
Wow.
warm, really nice. So I'm doing good. I'm in a good mood actually because of the sun. So that's
Yeah.
great.
We have the sun all week. It literally was dark since you left in Columbus, and then in early February the sun came out. And I love it because my solar cameras at home are all fully charged. They didn't go out, but they went the whole month with basically no charging and leave them on for all motion action 24/7. I'm sure a lot of the audience has like these solar motion cameras, surveillance cameras and stuff. And I just love, looking and seeing what's going on at home, but I love this technology with the solar. Really, one good sunny day will catch it up. It's really awesome, but definitely nice to get the sun out. And you can maybe even see it right here. But speaking of coming out, we've had some great content come out of the community. You ready to jump into it?
Yeah, definitely. I think today we are going to also break the rules. So
Yep.
we have a lot of special department news as well. So I think it's going to be a great day with a great amount of content. So let's just go into it already.
Yep. First up is Christian Emersol, and he's talking home labs. It's always a great topic. And what did you like about this one?
So actually talking about home labs, you remember that this was your challenge few
Mhm.
months ago. Do you remember that? I think maybe summer,
Yep,
was
I
it?
was asking people to kind of share some of their home lab type configurations, and because it's actually a really easy content type to write. And then secondly, there's a lot of other things out there and everybody does their home lab differently. And I'm convinced the moment you're doing your home lab over or making an enhancement, you'll learn something. In fact, I just changed up my home lab, which is a reminder I need to write it up.
There you go. You should do that. You should write it because you challenge people and people listen to your challenge. And what I think is we should actually do more challenges because people listen, our community listens. So that is great. Really enjoy that. Actually, we have a challenge prepared for later on, but we're going to talk in the special department news about that challenge. But yeah, Chris was asking, talking about this article and the home lab environments, going back to this subject. Chris was asking everyone on suggestions on what would be best solution for a home lab. And that's actually the link that is shared there, questions on home lab setup, because he was trying, like, I think it was 1 year ago, he was trying to set it up. So now he kind of decided on how to set it up. And he gives us all details on the setup, devices he's using. And one interesting fact in here, if you look, and I actually want to ask Chris what he means by that. If you look at the other additions in there, he says like a Synology 923 Plus, and he says like in the brackets, I got this due to my Veeam Legend and vExpert status. I just want to ask him, what do you mean? Did you get it for free because of that? Because that would be awesome, right?
Yeah, so I could say Synology's reached out to me and offered evaluation units when you get the opportunity to review and configure them in blogs and other things. Over the years, I've had Synology. I bought, and then I liked it so much I had a review unit. Then I bought
Mm-hmm.
one more on my own because of the
Okay.
3-2-1 rule, right? And
Yeah.
then I'm sure a lot of the bloggers, once you get elevated up, you can get either discounts or evaluation units. And so, Chris, if that's the case, rock on, but let us know what you meant by that. And that's cool.
Yeah. I mean, if they just offered it to him because he has a legend status, you know, that can only be something that makes us happy. So this is great. And then if you go to, you know, like at the end of, towards the end of this article, he also shares a bunch of other articles from our community members with their setup, home lab setups. They are also sharing how they did that. They have also suggestions. I think the newest one is actually from Jim Jones. He's sharing the State of Home Lab 2024 edition, and he's sharing some information, and he's asking as well some questions. So this is great. I think this challenge was amazing, and we have to think about more challenges like this, Rick.
Yeah, this is, again, Home Lab's always a great place to start. And I'll just throw it out there for the people watching this. If you want an NFR license from Veeam that is more capable than what we have for Community Edition, send me a message. I'll, just check out who you are, and I will issue you an NFR so I can help protect your home lab as well. So just send me a message. I will hook you up. But no, thank you so much, Christian. And this is like a Veeam 100 kind of highlight reel with Victor and Luis and Jim and Jeff and Sir Michael Paul, and in the comments, everyone. So thank you so much. But always opportunities to home lab and better. Good stuff. Steve Hart, love you, man. Pardon the pun. PowerShell, scanning for updates on the backups and stuff like that, updating the script of scanning for. This is really, really cool. I love what this guy's doing, by the way. So this is a great one, working with Threat Center, good stuff. What kind of caught your eye here on this one, Maddie?
Yeah, you know that I kind of always get his PowerShell scripts and want to share it because I think they are super valuable. But did you know the Swiss quote that says a script a week keeps the doctor away? I think it's not a Swiss one. I think it's a Steve Hart
Oh
one.
God. Did he
If
he
you
put that
go,
in there? No.
just
Okay.
yeah, he did. But you have to just go to the first link he's sharing. Just go to the first link he's sharing in there. You're gonna see it. Oh no, is that one? The second one then.
I was gonna say, if
Second
it's
one.
in the user guide, we're in trouble.
No, it's not this one. Which one is? He definitely shared it in there.
Okay.
Oh, I know where it is. It's going to be in their community post. That one.
Oh,
Is it
boy.
not? Yeah, there you
Oh,
go.
gosh.
That's the one. So it's a Steve Hart one. So I
That's
love
my,
that.
I'm gonna get that as my first tattoo. Okay.
Yeah. That's way too good. So yeah, anyway, going back to this. And Steve's PowerShell scripts, like he's back at it, and this time he has this BBR backup scan update. What is he doing in here? He's just kind of, what is this script doing in here? It's kind of scans the specified restore point and marks the selected restore point as infected if anything is found. And the script utilizes the Veeam Data Integration API, uses ClamAV for antivirus scanning, or does a Yara scan using the Yara rules installed on the Linux host. And then a private key is used to access the Linux system. And then there is a link to an older post, the one that you just kind of shared, where he's actually talking about the prerequisites that are kind of the same. And the cool part about this is that the restore point also gets visible in the Veeam Threat Center if something bad was found. So this is actually really cool. And obviously, from Steve, we are going to expect more. He says, what's next? He tells us, well, this is next. So we are going to expect even more updates and more scripts with PowerShell. So this is great.
Yeah, great stuff, Steve Hart. I love that you're updating some of the prior works, and especially going into Linux. It's so much stuff around Windows, but this is super important as well. Rock on, Steve Hart. All right, Bertrand has a really interesting angle for the configuration, and to be fair, he's probably in the future, he's probably right there. But what did you like about this one, Maddie?
This time this is a bash script, right? And this makes the configuration immutable on a Linux repo. And now not a lot to comment on my side. This is just like he's kind of sharing this. But Bertrand is asking for some feedback. So if people can, go use it, test it, and just give them feedback because they kind of want to improve it. I can see that he tagged as well along Julien and Eric, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So I believe this is a collaboration of the three. So it would be really great if people could go test it and just leave their feedback to just make it a bit better. But what's your takeaway on this, Rick?
Well, I love the fact that we're seeing the strongest community members work up to add the config backup on Linux to be immutable, but I do believe it's reasonable to expect that we're going to have the config backup immutable. The only thing is it doesn't work as a chain like an image-based backup does. So our normal immutability logic would be different, but we did that with object storage. We had to do it a different way. It's reasonable to expect this productized at some point, but for now, I love the innovation here from Team France coming in here strong. So good stuff. Thank you, Bertrand. All right, we have officially broken the rule, but this one warrants it. This is an outstanding post by Marco Fabri, totally schooling us all on security and threat behavior. This is fantastic.
Yes. Before I even start giving my opinion, I just want to say, wow, Marco, this is something else. Thank you so much for putting that together. It's a really great article. I have to say, I read it all. It's really good. And I think he's writing a white paper, so more to come on the subject. This is really great. So what Marco is trying to do in here, what is trying to give us as a message is like, from now on, we should be prepared to adapt new strategies when it comes to cyber threats. He says, guys, it is time to actually abandon the old strategies that, they served us well in the past. But now we have to go and rediscover the next generation of frameworks and tactics that would probably be much better in nowadays context. So he's kind of going over all this and he says like, hey, cyber defense strategies focused before on the network perimeter, but now that is not enough. Today we have to do more than that. We need to move all that defense in more defense in-depth approach and have knowledge of all the threats and the techniques and technologies used by today's threat actors. And then he says, like, just assume that the breach is already there, yeah. And then he's like, you have to kind of be prepared. Let's just focus on these three areas. And he talks about the ransomware kill chain, the mastery of the MITRE attack framework, and then the implementation of the new zero trust resilience model. And I'm really not planning to go over that because that's going to be a lot. But, like many of you heard us talking about at Veeam about zero trust data resilience model. We also have like a white paper on that. There is a lot of information about that. And I'm sure we will address more and more. And I'm looking forward to see as well more from Marco. But what's your takeaway on this, Rick?
This is fantastic. And Madi, I'm going off script. We don't really script, but we have a loose plan. I'm going to do something we've never done on the recap.
Oh.
I'm going to go into the control panel.
Okay.
And Marco, this post is so good. I'm going to make it sticky to the top of cybersecurity space. I think this post should stay at the top. And so now when we go into cybersecurity space, this one will be at the top for a very long while because it absolutely warrants it. And so it should now have there we go. It's going to be sticky up top. This post is absolutely fantastic.
I think it's well deserved.
I am blown away here. I mean, you're hitting everything. Zero trust. I didn't even know you could do this, Madi. You can embed animated videos. I didn't know you could even do that. Okay.
Yeah, you can.
So there we go. So Marco, outstanding post. Definitely worth worth the rule break. And I'm going to pin it up there at the top. I'm going to let our internal teams know about this. This post is fantastic.
It is, and it
Thank
got
you.
a lot of amazing, if you look at it, amazing feedback from the members of the community. So yeah, some of them, they actually said what you said, you're going to give it to, internal teams. Somebody said, like, I'm going to use it as a reference for me, like, this is so good.
Yeah.
So yeah,
great work. All right. We're going to switch over to special department news, and we got to keep moving. We get talking sometimes, Maddie. I want to bring everyone's attention to KB 4541. The Veeam Recovery Orchestrator product has an update for an established vulnerability of CVE, but it's really, I should draw everyone's attention to, it's only for some older versions of the orchestrator. Now, I realize that orchestrator usually has a more complex deployment, so it may be a little bit slower to upgrade, but we did definitely put this patch out. It's also important to note here that V7, the current version, is not impacted by this CVE. So definitely everyone check out everything you need to know is on this, but if you're using the older versions of Orchestrator, I would recommend updating pretty quickly. What's the score? So it's medium, right? But on older versions, this one as well is high. So definitely highly recommend getting this patch installed. And the patch is right here, or upgrade. Okay, so one of those two paths of entry, highly recommend. Now, next thing, I was just in cybersecurity space and I pinned up Marco's post. That's what we call a thematic group. We have a new thematic group. Why don't you tell me what's going on here, Maddie?
So talking about VRO, right?
Yeah, there you go.
The KV, that worked actually, yeah. So we have this new group. Thank you for the initiative, Emily, because that was her initiative. Emily is on our product strategy team, a technologist. And this is VRO Heroes Den, where you can just go get guidance support in your BCDR journey. You can collaborate with others that are also using the product. You are welcome to leave feedback on deployments. If you have any challenges that you might have, just go and try to post in there. I'm sure Emily and the team is going to come and assist with any challenges that you might have. But I think this is going to be great. We just kind of started. And yeah, we didn't really have like a dedicated space for a VRO. So I think this is going to be a good start for us to do that. So everyone is welcome. Go subscribe for it. That would be my first suggestion in here.
And look through some of this art. There is interesting things. Well, I don't know what's going on there. DR plans his books. I believe that's a skyline of Las Vegas going on back there. Maybe Alfred will finish the apple. Is he blowing bubbles? Is he blowing bubbles, Madalena? Is that what he's doing?
I guess. It's a lot going on in this banner.
And
you have the penguins, and you have like this lady. This is a lady, I think, that is sitting on the sofa,
the lady
on the armchair. That's the Lady Alfred, and then you have the Superman Alfred, and then you have his collection of sunglasses, that makes him super powerful because he's using the VRO. So it's a story, in there. But if you have any story in mind, just let us know. What do you think is all this about?
Well, it's funny because
this is fun.
This is what caught my eye, the Alfred situation there, because that's a version of the outfit that I have. By the way, friends, that was stolen from our booth in AWS Summit 2021. Let's just say
recovered. I would say
I recovered
because otherwise, what would have happened?
I'm still not right from that one. Anyways, okay, let's talk about happier things. Last week we talked about the blog of the month final push for the votes, and we have a winner.
Yes, congratulations, Shane. You are the winner of this edition, December 2023, January 2024, with 12 votes for your Veeam V12 point hidden feature article. That was a great one, to be honest. So, yeah, well deserved, honestly.
Yeah,
So
hidden features, always a safe bet. Was one of our most popular pre-registered sessions at Veeam last year. So
yeah,
Shane, great stuff. Congratulations. I think Shane's won before, hasn't he? To
this is the
blog.
third time. The third
Oh,
time.
super
Yeah,
Shane. Look at you, man.
super
Rock
shade.
on,
Yeah,
rock on.
he's a rock star.
All right. Speaking of rock stars, Turkey. That is a community. It's super, super strong.
Mhm.
And they are, I don't speak Turkish, but they're going to do a what's new in Veeam Data Platform. This is going to be an interesting one. It looks like Barat and Bulent.
Yeah, Bulent is one of our SCs. Berat is our VUG leader. They have 43 people registered so far. The event is going to be next Tuesday on February 13. It's going to be the first part of the, it shows 3 a.m. for you. I think that's going to be because I can't
It's
remember
Turkish
exactly the
time.
time, but just, yeah,
Yeah.
it's Turkish time. It's, I can't remember, but it's going to be the first part of the day for Turkey.
Well, my
And then
schedule's open. I might be able to join.
yeah, 3 a.m. I mean, why not?
Oh, I'm going to go ahead and just wait now. I'm a couple days early, but hey.
Yeah, just a couple of days, a week,
Yeah.
almost a week early.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's going to be a good one. So they are planning to talk backup and replication, Veeam recovery orchestrator. So that's going to be great. So just go register, be with us for this great event. And obviously, we are going to have it available on the YouTube community playlist. So if you don't have the time, you can just rewatch it in there. It's going to be available as well at the VUG Turkey, at the Community Hub, the link. So there's no reason for you guys to not
Yeah.
watch this one because it's going to be a great one.
The 43, that's great. That is outstanding. Turkey is a very
Absolutely.
strong community. So thank you, Belent. Thank you, Barat. That'll be fantastic. All right. Last up, some really good update from Federica. I know this one's um, you know, very near and dear to your heart, but what's going on here?
So I have a challenge. We were talking about challenges, right? So I have a challenge from Federica, our lady VMCE, and I think it's a good one. She wants us to invite, if you watch this show, just invite one lady to join the community, the wait group, and a lady that obviously is into technology. She's passionate about technology. She's interested in Veeam as well and learning and all that. And be a mentor for them, explain what is the community about, and just kind of get them involved, engage them, make them be engaged in the community. So I think that's a great challenge from Federica. That's one. And the other one, on top of that, you remember we discussed a few months ago about this program, Empower? You
Yes,
remember that
exactly.
we
And the
talked about
coolest
it?
name ever, by the way,
Yeah,
Empower
that's really cool.
VMCE. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's happening? The ladies, 150 ladies, actually received a free VMC training for the last. I think it started like maybe November, right? So uh, we had like 150 women that received this training, and the training just concluded. So all 150 women were trained on the VMCE, and we have the first lady from the group that actually passed the VMCE certification as well. So congrats, Damla Deng. This is really great, and we are looking to see even more like that. We are looking to see your feedback, uh, and like about the exam. Let us know tips and tricks. Just here in this space that we created for you, weight group. So I think this is amazing, honestly.
Yeah, this is a fantastic initiative. Full support from our executives, and happy to host this here on the Community Hub. And I love this art. And a reminder, everyone, that this art came from the initial design of Heidi Lamar's frequency hopping technology patent for Wi-Fi that we probably all often use. So cool to see it here in that mode. Outstanding. All right, we are running hot and long on content. Let's go to the what's new. Who's new? Sorry. plus 107 users. There's some funny ones up in here, I'll tell you that. One that I liked was, where was it? I'm drawing a blank, but there are some really good ones in here. I like that one, Highway. That's funny. But anyways, Rocky Consulting. I hope that's the name rather than how it's going. But anyways, Frank, cool software. Love that. Anyways, good
Yeah.
stuff in
Yeah.
there. Good stuff. We always have funny stuff. Sophia has picked out, we'll never know how this is going to go, 4 of the coolest usernames: Jez, Bast, Splo, Just Joe, and Frank Cool. Well, Frank, I do think it's cool that you're in the hub. Welcome.
Yeah.
And Alfred's pick is to bring the green. Now, that sounds like an employee. I don't
Absolutely.
know.
I like that.
I like that. That is speaking our language. So good stuff. All right. We are definitely running long because it got super dark there for you again, Maddie.
Yes.
So,
I was
man,
looking at my screen and I was
it's like,
like, what's
we started with so
happening?
much light. We're talking about the sun. We go so long. But
Yeah,
Maddie,
exactly.
thank you so much for curating the content here this week. Solid list of content. Thank you, Sophia, for the Who's New. And no, this
And
is,
thank you everyone for being with us and watching us and looking forward for more great content that we are going to share it next week.
yep. All right. Next week, we'll have probably back on track with normal amounts of content. But until then, have a great weekend, everyone.